cool off a little bit. Kaylee, we are gardening every week now. I love this.
It feels like it, and it is a lengthy process that takes work even after you plant them. John Pocock, owner of ProPeat, joins us live on 8 this morning to show us what you should do to keep maintaining your garden this summer. So I hear there's a technique called top dress. What is it, and what does it do for your garden?
Well, we'll explain a little bit, and then to back up just a little bit, Jeff just mentioned smoke. Keep in mind that this smoke will affect your gardens a little bit too.
Oh, really?
Affects your photosynthesis of the plant. So your plants will shut down a little bit during this smoke.
Not getting any sunshine.
Not getting any sunshine. So it will affect your gardens. But typically when you plant a garden, you'll use we have a multi-purpose 1111 here today, and you'll broadcast that fertilizer on the on your garden, just like you do on your lawn, and then you'll rotill it in and you'll plant your garden. So what we recommend is when your plants get up, say if you have tomatoes and they get up about this tall, a foot tall, or rows of corn, rows of potatoes, just go along, and what I do is I just take a handful. I'll just take my bag, a handful, and I'll just sprinkle it right along the row. And then don't worry about if it gets on the plant. Just turn your sprinkler on, wash it off in there. And it does a couple of things. First of all, it gets that fertilizer right where in the row. And then if you broadcast everywhere, it feeds weeds. So in between the rows, you're feeding weeds. So if you top dress it right down there. This is what farmers have done for years. They'll top dress potatoes, things like that, and get that fertilizer and those nutrients right where the plant needs them.
So you want to focus it kind of right on that
Yes.
line then?
Yep, and like I say, don't be scared if you get a little bit on the plant, just turn your sprinkler on, you can wash it off.
They'll like that and wash that smoke out of the way for a minute.
Yeah.
True.
That helps too.
So
Wow.
how much ProPeat do you need, like, as you're going along the line? How much do you need? You said a handful. Is that just for one plant or for?
No, you don't want to do a handful of plant. I walk along slowly and just scatter it out in there. It's a little bit hard to monitor when you're doing that. We recommend if you're doing gardens or lawns like 200 pounds the acre, that's a little bit hard. But if you just walk along there and you can see them granules scattered along there.
It's kind of like cooking, isn't it? You just
yeah.
don't be stingy with it, but don't be over generous.
Yeah.
Just a little dab will do you.
Yeah, and what top dressing does, this is a perfect time of year to do that. You've got tomatoes starting, your corn's a couple, 3 feet tall. This will get it finished. Get the fruit going, get the potatoes growing underneath.
Oh yeah, check out those pictures.
And get those nutrients that it needs, because right now is when it really needs those nutrients.
Yeah, because it's going to be dry. It's going to get hotter this week too, John. It's going to be 100 degrees by the end of the weekend, and it's August. So I mean, we're getting into yield season and trying to start. We're ready to start picking things and putting them in people's cars.
Yeah,
zucchinis and stuff.
Yeah.
I found one the other day in the backyard. I mean,
yeah.
Somebody dropped it off.
And the best thing to do is water that garden when it starts getting that tall. Water it 6-8 hours. Even overnight, get that water good and deep,
Wow.
and then that heat will get going.
So this QR code on the screen, where does that take people?
Okay, so if you scan this QR code, it'll get into raffle entry drawing, and we'll give away 2 bags of ProPeat fertilizer.
There you go. Okay.
Now, I will tell you, I have had communication with some of your customers that I haven't told you about yet, and I can't wait to share that with you in the coming days. So this stuff works.
We'll have to
And
all
it
stay
works
tuned.
good.
This is not bugs in a jug.
No, this is the real deal, people.
Yep.
And
Real
I
deal.
got proof, all right? And you don't even know what I got.
Okay, all right,
Yeah,
sounds
but
good.
we know it works. So the QR code's at the bottom of the screen. Visit ProPeat.com. Thank you, John, for coming
We'll be
by
back.
and
Okay, thank you.
explaining that broadcasting other definition.
Okay, thank you.